of the event, of the facilities. We're kind of excited here. We're co-sponsoring this event tonight. The fastest, most feature-rich browser and the company that has the most browsers together here tonight. Happy to be able to bring this program to you all. So kind of give you a quick rundown where we're going here. First of all, welcome. Welcome to Mozilla. Welcome to the San Francisco Selenium Meetup Southern Edition. I'm going to kind of go through a quick overview of the agenda here, then we'll climb into it. I'm going to open up for some announcements, some introductions to be made. And then I'm going to bring up our primary entertainment content for this evening, Santi, and then on the Q&A front. So that's kind of where we're going to go tonight. I'm told that the air conditioning will go off at 9 o'clock. And those of you who were with us here last year at Mozilla, you know that they really mean it when they say their air conditioning is going to go off at 9. So. I think we've got plenty of time and plenty of room for the Q&A session, which I'm hoping is going to be really rich. So before we climb into the official program, let me go around the room. Anybody has any announcements or general information they'd like to share with the group?
We are from Bangalore Selenium Group.
Please.
It means we are from Bangalore Selenium Group. Bangalore, India.
You're from Bangalore.
Yeah.
So I was actually going to suggest that Santi might be the person coming from farthest away, coming from Rosario, Argentina, but I think we might have to give you guys the plot. That's fantastic. Selenium is indeed a worldwide phenomenon. So welcome and thank you for your journey. Any other announcements?
Just a second. So
ahead,
we actually have a test day for Mozilla Automation on the 24th of May, and that will be for the add-ons project. That's the addons.mozilla.org project. And David Burns will be leading that. It'll be pretty much most of the day that day, and it'll be exploring our page object model and converting most of our legacy tests over to the page object model which we're using. So if you're interested in that, the URL for that is quality.mozilla.org. Check that out, and there's an IRC channel link there and also a test day write-up. So thank you.
What day of the week is that?
Let's see. Usually it's on a Friday, but I think this one is Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday. Okay.
Yep.
So the 24th.
Yep.
Great. Other announcements?
There's one.
Please.
My name is Jamil. I'm a QA manager for a startup that raised 42 million. We're looking for automation engineers. So I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to stalk you. If you're interested, come talk to me.
The name of the company is?
Weatherbill.
Weatherbill.
Yes.
Got it. Terrific.
App cards.
Terrific. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Dante, and I have a very small consulting practice that focuses on browser automation. So if you are interested in doing a little bit of contract work, please come see me. Again, my name is Dante. I'll be around.
I can tell you that Dante has had some very high-value name contracts with brand-recognized companies. And, in fact, he was a speaker here, actually at Twitter 18 months ago on none other than the page object model. So good guy to know, even if you don't think you're going to be a consultant. Anybody else? Noah.
Yeah, my name's Noah, and if you guys need any video done, I do all the video for this kind of stuff and for commercials or how-to videos, anything like that. So come talk to me afterwards.
Yeah, if you saw any of the videos for the Selenium conference or any of the past meetups, you're now meeting the guy who's done all that professional quality work. Ashley.
Speaking of videos, just wanted to make an announcement that all the videos from the conference are posted on the Selenium conference website. So if you just go to seleniumconf.com and go to the videos tab, you'll see all the great presentations.
Terrific. Anybody else? Going once? going twice. So let's see. I think I've got an announcement about the next meetup. So the next meetup will be none other than Martin Leinhardt, who's the QA engineer at Williams-Sonoma. I think I'm allowed to say this, a very recent new customer for Sauce Labs. He's going to talk to us about their automation designs. This program is scheduled currently for June 28th, and this event is currently an event without a home. So if any of you have been kind of thinking about, gosh, it'd be kind of cool if we hosted one of these at our company, this is a great time for you to contact Ashley, who organizes these events, and talk about whether that's a possibility that you might be able to host this event. So we've got content, we need a venue, and we're going to torture you with the Sauce Labs corporate headquarters if somebody else doesn't come up with a suggestion here. So hopefully somebody will find that to be a good community-oriented thing for them to do. So let's see. So now what I would like to do is make the following introduction. It's not often that you get to make an introduction that is so moving to me personally. Santi is somebody who I have known coming up on 2 years now. The first time I met him was actually in a Skype conversation. I had this crazy idea about a company that ended up getting called Sauce Labs that was going to try to introduce what the world should do with open source automation in the cloud, and he was the only guy I found that had done any posts that were relevant in terms of comparing Selenium with Mercury products. And as I began speaking with him, it became obvious that he had put a tremendous amount of thought into the question of quality, into the question of automation, and as we became better acquainted, he's officially the first actual employee that we sent money to as an employee of Sauce Labs, and he has, well before Sauce Labs, established his reputation in the Selenium community as both a committer as well as the most prolific responder to questions in the Selenium forums, and he's continued that fine practice in heading up all of the customer support efforts at Sauce Labs. And so I can say with terrific confidence that he has probably solved more locator problems for more users than anybody else on the planet. So, so you people are in for a treat tonight, because there is nobody who knows more about all the things you can do wrong with locators. And so I encourage you to be prolific and brave with your questions and challenges, because you're never going to be in front of somebody who knows more about this than Santi. I would also like to point out that this will be the second time in his life that he's presented in English. So please welcome Santiago Soares Ordonez.
Alright, hello everyone. As John said, my name is Santiago Suarez Ordonez. You can call me Santi. I'm going to be talking about CSS locators here, or locators in general. You can get the presentation from that bit.ly. You may want to do it just because there's a lot of links that you may be interested in. You can also follow me on Twitter, or find me at Sauce Labs, where I work. So let me go to full screen here. So first, let's put everyone in sync about what locators are, because that's everything the presentation is going to be about, so we better be in sync. Locators are a way to tell Selenium which specific element we want to act on. What does that mean? Selenium, it's an automation library, right? So we gotta have a way to tell it, hey, I want to click on this button, or I want to know the text inside this title or this paragraph. and that's why we use locators for, just locating those elements. Now, what's the agenda going to be? First, I'm going to show you why I think you should be using CSS locators instead of XPath and other styles. Then I'm going to go showing you off how CSS locators work and the basics on them. Then I'm going to show a couple of scenarios in which CSS locators are actually not the right tool for the job. There's not too many of them, but it's good to know them. It will save a lot of time in the future. And then I'm going to show a couple of useful tools that I use on everyday basis for my job, and I think it's good to share with everyone. So first, why should you use CSS locators? I think there's 4 reasons. One's because they're faster. The other one is because they're more readable than XPath. The other one is because jQuery uses CSS itself for its main locating strategy. And also the last one is because nowadays no one else uses XPath anyways. We all know XML is pretty dead right now, hopefully. So why is it faster? So everyone in the Selenium world has this perception that XPath is slow. We've all experienced in the past how we never actually captured data to see if it really is fast and if actually CSS is faster. So I did that. I actually built a script that I'm going to show you in a second that will measure several locating strategies in both the CSS and the XPath version. And I would collect that data and try to analyze it for everyone to just see it clearly. So I tried all these locators on every single browser that Sauce Labs supports. So like 3 versions of Opera, 4 of Firefox, Google Chrome last version, 4 versions of IE. So almost every single browser out there. And I tried like ID-based locators, class-based locators, name and content-based locators, which I believe the most common ones out there. It's better to point out that they're basic locators. They're not chained or nested. That would make things even more complex and probably make the differences even bigger. It's also worth pointing out that I tried these locators on a page that has 1,000 nodes, so that it made the DOM complex enough so that it would point out the difference a little bit more. So I got a JSON out of that, and I put it on GitHub on a guest. It's actually, if you are opening the slides, it's just this link. It will take you to the JSON, and it's a lot of data. I tried every single strategy 5 times, and then made an average, and then made a standard deviation, just to make sure I didn't have any outliers that would take the information to a place in which it's not real. So every single browser, for example, this one is Opera 11, tried the 10 or so locating strategies, capture timings, and then compare all of them. I took my own conclusions. You can make yours, but mine were that all the real browsers did pretty well. Firefox, Chrome, Opera, and Safari. Their times were fairly similar. They were all below 0.05 seconds, which is pretty reasonable for a Selenium test. We're talking about tests that take between 30 and 45 seconds. So 0.05 to just find an element in the DOM, it's kind of reasonable. Now with IE, the results weren't that good. This is the outline of what happened. And yes, I made this whole table with ASCII myself. It took me a while.